What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, I would work on improving communication and allow all students' voices and opinions to be heard.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I have been one of your student reps throughout the entire 9th grade year and feel like I could continue doing that through the 10th grade year and make your sophomore year the best it can be.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I plan on doing that by doing things at advisory, creating Google Docs, just doing fun little things to get our class to work together and feel like a true family.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would ultimately want to make sure that everyone feels like they have a place and a purpose here and that they feel seen and acknowledged.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I like to say that I'm a good leader. I like to have those leading types of roles. I like to listen to people and hear what they have to say about things. And I value other people's opinions and I would like to honor them.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I think that if this year's representatives get together and do something really fun for the sophomore, and make sure that it's something that everyone wants to do and something that doesn't focus on a particular audience, and I think a lot more people will want to come out and do it.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, I would talk to people in my grade and make them feel like included in all the activities we do throughout the school year.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
Some qualities I have is that I feel like I'm social and like make friends easily and feel like I can talk to people. And yeah.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
Like talk to people outside of my friend group and like involve people and ask people in my grade what they want to do so they feel involved.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would first address the bullying because I feel like that's an issue amongst all the classes.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I'm responsible and I know the responsibilities that come with being a student rep.
The main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I would start by communicating with other reps and making ideas that would actually make people want to participate.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would spread awareness about certain issues that are going on throughout the school and specifically my grade and just spread awareness on that.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
The qualities that I have, I would say, are being responsible, organized, and nice to people.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
Just bringing more people and different people into certain events, like for assemblies, have different people doing the games rather than repeating people the same.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
So I would make events more accessible to students and want to bring the community together because we are a very diverse school, and it's sort of instead of bringing students together, we're a little bit more divided than we want to be or should be, and I just want to bring students closer together and be more involved in the school almost, because it feels like a lot of the same students are involved and then a lot of students are left out.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
So I've been in leadership for the past 2 years, and then my freshman year I was a student rep, and I was in NASA, and I'm in Key Club this year, and I'm going to be the NASA president next year, and I also ref little kid soccer games, and little kids are hard to deal with.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
So I would want to make a class Google Classroom, not a Remind, because not everybody has a Remind and everybody has this Google Classroom, and maybe even like putting more forums around the school and even on the Google Classroom, or like giving questions and polls during like school events and sports activities, and also maybe even after SEL lessons, like maybe putting a QR code after every part, so we can put like the social aspect into it and get student feedback.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, I think that spreading like positivity and just having more communication throughout the school would be good, and just like spreading more positivity and having communications, that way it's not mixed up, would be a good thing to have.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I would say that I'm a good leader, and because I've been on like many sports teams and I've had to lead on sports teams, and then I have like a get stuff done mentality rather than putting it to the side, so I like to have like all my things done so that way it doesn't get put behind anything else.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I think that holding like class meetings with just the class would be good, and then when we have like assemblies or anything, like when you do like class challenges like against different classes, holding them to like have kind of a choice, like do you want to participate or do you not want to participate, and making like other people participate every time rather than just the same person every time, I think would be good, because if you don't want to participate in something that like you don't like, then it's not fun. So I think just giving them the chance to like choose would help other people participate as well.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, to make an impact on the school, I'd like to get more people involved and more active participants, and not make it like the same people at every event.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
Some qualities I have, I think I'm pretty good at leading people and making people feel included in opportunities and like things to do.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
To improve participation, I would want to like get more people's opinions on like how we do things and what we do, so that more people can feel like it's not just like a certain group's like ideas.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would talk to students and see what they would want, and then I would figure out ways to get it done.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I'm social, and I feel like I'm approachable, and I think people can come up to me and I can talk to staff to figure out what they need.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
Just how we talk about it, about certain activities, and being able to say we get to do something and have a positive like outlook on the things that we're doing at the school, rather than like we have to do this and have a negative look on it.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, I want to be able to hear the voices and concerns of people coming from different backgrounds and interests, and I want to be able to like voice their concerns to, because I know as a student, sometimes it's harder to talk to adults than it is to talk to other students, and I feel like I'm a pretty approachable person, so I feel like people would be able to come to me and then I could voice those concerns.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I'm an athlete, and I am always on sports teams, and being on a sports team, you have to be able to have good communication skills, and you need to have that teamwork, and I feel like as a student rep, that is important to have that communication and teamwork skills. So yeah, I feel like I have those qualities.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
As I said, I do feel like I'm pretty approachable, so I feel like people could come to me and tell me their opinions. And also, I feel like social media could be an easy thing to use, or just like posters around the school.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would get more class participation.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I've already done it once and I'm very committed.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
Probably having more class meetings.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
I would definitely make my class and all the classes below us feel like their voices are heard and really get a message out there.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I'm a likable person. I tend to get along with a lot of people, and I really enjoy seeing other people's success.
A main responsibility the reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I plan on improving it by utilizing more social media, posting things, since a lot of people in our class and further generations and stuff like that have apps, they have Instagram, so I would really get the message out there through online.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
As a student rep, I'd really like to connect with the student body. I think that the most important part of rep is hearing what the senior class wants to say, what they want done, and making that happen.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
My good qualities make me a candidate. I think I always want to make everything the best it can be. If something can be better, I want to make it better. I want people to care about what's going on.
A main responsibility the reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
I'd really like to use social media. I think working with the tech director would be really good. To get on like Instagram, get people able to interact with the reps. Because I feel like in the past few years, people haven't reached out to the reps. I feel like if we use social media, we could do like questionnaires or surveys or polls and really hear what the student body wants.
What would you do as a student rep to make an impact on the school?
What I would do as a student rep is I would always try to spread positive attitude. Always, if I see somebody down, I constantly try to pick them up and always try to lead by example. Just treat other people as I would want to be treated. If I was down, I'd want somebody to help pick me up, and just always be there for people when they need it.
What qualities do you have that make you a good candidate?
I feel like I'm a pretty nice person all around. I feel like I'm pretty good at picking people up when they're down, and I just like trying to help people when they just need help doing stuff, you know.
A main responsibility that reps have is communicating with your class. How do you plan on improving participation within your grade?
You know, lead by example. Go to the class events or school events and invite people, no matter who they are, what they come from, and I just like try and lead by example and bring them and just show them how it can be fun.